right, to keep up with keeping your lives tight. Tight as in being right with the truth of true insight. Who of you want to do things right? Who of you want to truly succeed in attaining all in that which is your need, to be heard by the real answerer of all deeds, the true hearer of all whom pleads? Who of you really want to bow down to the true King of Kings commanding the crown, to worship the one that ever rules alone, commanding everything of creation from the seat of its throne?
Good evening and welcome to an I Have Moment of Calm Before the Storm. I'm your host, Ministry A.H.A.D. With me as always, Brother Frankie Abdul-Aziz. And often said, but always on this plot, always on the scene, Lord Holy-Apostle Deen Saleem. May Jesus peace and other blessing be with him by everybody's presence.
May his peace and blessings be there about your presence as well.
And I extend the Lord's peace to those watching this program. You, I have believers that have joined to watch this program. This evening, one of the things that I thought about, my brother, he threw an idea, we try to be spontaneous in the sense that we're not scripted or we're not, so much rehearsed.
Never scripted, always real. People gotta know that's the deal.
That's it. And you heard Holy Apostle rapping on the side, that's how we do it. But one of the things my brother threw an idea out this evening concerning dealing in fantasy, not in the reality of things or dealing in the illusions, but much of the world and society always live in. We just saw a program earlier where one of the other members of our program, Holy Queen Mother, spoke about, dealing with the fantasy, especially men and women relationships and the whole nine. And one of the gambits that I think about is that people think the community of A.H.A.D, the Holy Apostle, it's like a fantasy. They think he made himself to be a messenger prophet of the Lord, for example. Mm-hmm. These things that he speak about from the Lord, these books that the Lord sent down through him, or this thing that anybody could have plagiarized, scripted or wrote, or took from other books that they accuse Muhammad of with the Quran, for example. That he stole from the other holy books, the Bible, and that he just copied his Quran and made his own holy book. Mm-hmm. But Ahezaah shows you, if you study the scriptures and ask the Lord to guide you in them, you'll see much what is written down in the holy books are not stolen or plagiarized from other books, but the message, the thread of the message, which of the truth from the Lord Most High, always come from the one and same Lord. Maybe a different language at different times through different prophets. So we have in this day and time, for example, Lord Holy-Apostle Deen speaking the Lord's message in this day and the hour that was spoken about, for example, in Revelations. And people today want to imagine that Revelation is a fantasy, a thing far off, or this is not the day or the hour or the time. So Allah is now showing the signs in creation with the calamity of the signs that's going on in people's worlds that this day, hour, may not be a fantasy as many people may really think.
Right. We're talking about when you're talking about the news, the instinct was prophesied, Holy Apostle, the Holy Mother. Mm-hmm. Weird things. I was recently looking at the newspaper, was it yesterday, and it was talking about potential food shortages, meat shortages as a result, and shortages as a result of the floods that was occurring in the Midwest. Because the grass plains has been messed up because of the waters, the abundance of waters, thus the livestock is going to be affected. And we're looking at this and say, oh man, this thing is getting very serious and it's getting very deep with regards to how the overall economy is being affected and how it's being affected by the what they call the natural elements. Okay. We're talking about how the people will go around and not believing that the Holy Apostle is the real thing. It's the claim that's being made, such as the people of the past. I go so far as to say that people might not be aware of themselves as much, but they probably don't even reflect and recognize that they don't even believe in truly believe in the religion, in the books, truly believe in the religions that's true, that they sit down there and they congregate up under. They really don't believe that this thing is happening for real and it's relevant to this day's language, to this day's time, to this day's mindset, to the current events of this day. All things apply. Evidently, it's like they're expecting the times of Jesus and chariots to go across the land or whatever, and expect to see camels during the time of Muhammad or whatever before it becomes relevant. But no, it's relevant to automobiles today, to the buses today, to the airplanes today. Right. Everything is relevant to the Lord of all worlds, the Lord of this day, of the past day, of the future day. And it's very real. And people should take heed, look at the news, and certainly listen to the Holy Apostle's words and the words coming out of these programs, and Urban University. Yes.
Something comes to mind. I look back at the time, for example, they talked about and laughed at Noah. He's building an ark. Joked at him. The Lord's gonna send down these rains. Fantasy. He building what and who? Yeah. But by the time that ark was done, and Ahezaah manifested the signs of the rains coming down the deluge, them same people that laughed and mocked Noah. Can we get on the boat, please? Yeah. And Ahezaah so much said that even his own son didn't believe in his father or the message the Lord brought through him. And he thought he could find a safe haven in the mountain. And Allah said when things happened to him and his son was drowned, and he prayed to Allah, said, "Oh Allah, what about my son?" Allah told him he was not of your family. So blood ties and all these things Allah manifest with people today. And the fantasy that people want to live in, because they live in the fantasy, looking at the television, the movies, video games, and the like.
A lot of tricks.
They live in fantasy all the time, thinking that's the real. What they see on TV. Why my life is not like the soap opera? Why my life is not like the movies? Right. Not knowing the Lord's smashing them out through their lives because they will not turn, heed, listen to the signs that it's ringing out through the bells, through the messengers, through his books. And like you said again, people look at the Holy Scriptures and don't even believe them to be real. They take them just to be stories of the angels of the lost in the Quran, for example.
Yeah. And because they can argue them, because they can rabble rouse or preach it or give sermons or whatever. The Muslim, how the Muslims call it dawah, and the Christians call it sermonizing them and stuff like that, because they think they can talk it and it sounds good and it maybe has an effect on the person that they're talking to right at that moment. They think that's the level of the reality of it. But it's not. You talk about Noah, and I'm caused to think, because people are also trapped because prophecy doesn't happen in the time frame that they look like. They think it's going to happen the next day or this moment. If it doesn't happen immediately, spontaneously, so to speak, if it doesn't happen then it's not real. But then you reflect on it and say, wait a minute. And as a kid, I always wondered, Noah did have to take some time to build that ark. Oh, yeah. That was quite a bit of time. You know, Noah was in there and building that ark.
And scriptures in the Bible, the planks were so long, and like trees. He chopped the whole trees and making this thing.
And throughout all that time frame, the people were being told to be forewarned about what was coming, the calamity that was coming for them. And all that time, you have to imagine, they were trapped by how long it would take the time frame to build the ark. And so, it hasn't come yet. No, it hasn't come yet. No, one left, probably a generation at least, you know?
I mean, the time frames is different than ours. It's like the time frames of today is different than it was 50 years ago. 50 years ago, we go to a restaurant to get some food. We go in there knowing we're going to be sitting for 30, 35 minutes until that food is prepared.
Oh, yeah.
You know, now you're going to a restaurant and people be in there for 45 seconds. Damn. Man, this place, they get on my nerves. That's why I like coming here. They slow.
That's right.
So they want everything instantaneously. But you know the thing that I find ironic? You were speaking about the people in the beginning about how they don't believe that I'm real, and they make a mock, or they say all the things that they say, you know, like they did with Prophet Muhammad. The difference with Prophet Muhammad and Abraham, Moses, and myself is they've had the opportunity to read all their stuff, whatever's left that they have. But they make their opinions about me and haven't even read what Allah has sent down to me.
None of it.
You know what I mean? And then we got people that even walk with me who don't believe. Because if they believe, they will get out these 30-something books and this very massive book that Allah has sent down, which is about 10 to 20 books in itself. You know what I'm saying? Because see, if the people would understand and recognize me not having a high school education and hardly having a middle school education, by the time I was in the 7th grade, I was finished with school.
Right.
And then I have these masterful books that sit down. You can count upwards to 50-something books since 1998.
Yeah.
That would help the people to understand this man can't be getting out this kind of information this fast. And you have witnessed the books. They're not repeats of one another.
Right.
And to read those books, you know that there's no theft involved. You know, but these people out here, they waiting for that flood like Noah to come and hit them before they go. and say, where's the messenger?
Yeah.
You know, and the people who claim to believe and love me and what have you, they sit back and they don't want to do the work like some of us, like we're doing.
Right.
They want to sit back and they want to wait and they want to be stingy and hold on to the goods that Allah done gave them and stay in the comfort that the devil was giving them. Yeah. You understand that the jinn is giving them. You feel me? Mm-hmm. And then serve mammon. Yeah. You know, now the other thing that I find ironic is how the Muslim world have become just like the people of the book before them.
Yes.
And how they have literally forgot about the devil, forgot about Iblis. Mm-hmm. They only address Iblis in an individual that they don't like.
Yeah. Yeah.
In a situation that they don't like. They don't even see Iblis leading the whole Muslim world.
No, they don't.
They can't even see it. And then they so fast to get out here and stop for Allah. Yeah. And you know, and go through all these changes, man. And then be hated by Allah, even while they call his name.
Yeah.
Allah said to me, they have ruined my name. Yeah. Said the Muslim world has ruined, the Islamic Muslims has ruined my name and has allowed people of the book before them to ruin my name.
Yeah.
And in this hour, as I do all things on time, I give you the new name of Ahezaah. Give it to your people to uphold it. And separate yourself from those Muslims. Yeah. From those disbelievers. Separate yourself. And although you will forever be Muslim like all other things, call yourselves A.H.A.D believers.
Yeah. Yes. For myself, man, when I either sit this message down in my meeting with the messenger some 12, 13 years ago, and him coming forth with this Lord's truth, and I was one of those, I either would let me go into the Quran, for example, and in the reading of his holy books, I said, could there possibly be one to come? Because I never stuck with that fantasy about Muhammad being the final, and the Quran being the final book. Because Allah saying in chapter 6, if any of my messages come unto you, rehearsing my signs, then give in to them. So I'm like, okay, who Allah talking about? Not knowing that Allah in my time, in my day, would send the reality of itself in the presence of a messenger that could co-sign or confirm about Muhammad, Jesus, Moses. Because to me, in reading their history, to me, it's just the history of men that the law, or men of old, they called them, or the prophets, that I couldn't make a real connection with. Because I could, to me, it was like their lives, the miracle that Allah did through them was like so amazing. I'm like, wow. Almost like the magic carpet thing we talked about before. Right. So now here go one that Allah send now, reciting his words. I said, oh Allah. It ain't just stories no more. Now the books don't become just the book of just fancy or fantasy. It become a book of reality now. Oh Allah, do still send us. There is one here. He's rehearsing this sign. And that's one thing that drew me to the Holy Apostle, by what Allah showed me, took me out of the fantasy of reliving. I wish I could go back in the days of Jesus and Muhammad. And them people didn't believe in Muhammad or Jesus when they were with them prophets. Them people were the same people that said, wait, he can't be real. Right. If he is, then if he real, then wait a minute. So now, the people of this day and time want to live in the fantasy, I can follow Muhammad or Jesus or Moses. Mm-hmm. They live in the fantasy, but they don't look at it like they think.
The people of the final call who wrote in the newspaper after we contacted them, saying we could believe in one that is to come and one that has been here, but we can't believe in one that's here. Now that's Farrakhan people. Mm-hmm. How could they say that? You understand what I'm saying? Now in chapter 53 of the Holy Quran, Najm, verse 57. It said that this warner will be raised from from the warners of old. Why was Muhammad saying that? The warner to come will be raised from the warners of old. Right. How could they eliminate this hour, when the Holy Quran was based on the hour.
Right.
Muhammad always talked to his people about the hour and the great day. So how could they eliminate prophets that come when Muhammad consistently talked about revelation?
Right.
And the prophet who was to be resurrected. And Allah said it'd be a warner from the warners of old.
Right.
Coinciding with verse 5, chapter 5 and verse 5 of book of Revelation, when it said the Lion of Judah would be resurrected.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
Huh?
Yes.
Yeah. And they know that. The Arabs know it. The Jews know it.
Yeah.
The Christians know it. And the hierarchies know it for sure.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah. The only thing.
But they are servants of Iblis, Satan, the devil, true servants of him.
Yeah.
And they're leading the religious world of billions of people. Huh? What else is it for the devil to do? And they expect the devil to turn and say, okay, y'all got us. Y'all got us. We really devils. We really servants of the devils. We jinn, of the evil. No, they're not never going to do that. You're going to go down to hell, man. You're going to go to the throne before the devil surrender and say, hey, wait, don't blame me.
That's right.
That's what Allah said in the Holy Quran.
Yeah.
And why is it that the Muslims are always trying to kill the Holy Quran? The wisdom of the Holy Quran. They're trying to kill it. They're trying to make like much of the wisdom that Allah talk about, the heavens and the gardens and the streams and raised being on raised couches and all that is referring to the life after death, the hereafter. Why would Allah in His wisdom being so wise, why would He give us a book talking about death after this life?
Yeah.
When it don't give the people in general a clear vision of what's going on after this life.
Right.
It gives prophets and warners, those whom in favor. It gives us those kinds of visions so that we would have proof and we would have firmness of faith and we would have certainty in it. We would have its favor to know, to say, yes, this is real what Allah is talking about. We are not doubters because we have those experiences.
Right.
When Muhammad was raised up and they say he went to the paradise, went to Jerusalem in the day or whatever, and he looked neither to the right or the left, and what happened? People want to act like that's a fantasy, like it's a dream. But he was raised out of his body to be taken somewhere so Allah would show him something. I myself was taken to Mecca and circumambulated the Kaaba from up high. Seeing the people in this life circumambulating the Kaaba in the physical realm.
Right.
But how many people amongst our people can accept that without saying, oh, this guy is out, gone? Not knowing that Jesus, Muhammad, Moses, all of us speak the same way, have same kinds of experiences.
Right.
Right.
It is the same experiences that we talk about in mysticism, coming to mysticism, spirituality, the things that they want to kill. Like brothers running around here talking about there's no room in Islam for mysticism. Well, if there's no room in Islam for mysticism, that means Islam is dead.
Right.
Because mysticism, spirituality, enlightenment,
right,
the Holy Ghost, so to speak,
right.
Those are the lifeblood elements of Islam.
And Ahezaah even said clearly in chapter 2, those who believe in Allah and the unseen, and they will get away from the unseen quickly.
Yeah.
Quickly.
The only thing that gave them what we thought was validity was their numbers, just the number of people that followed them that was due. But it's so surprising. It's not as so surprising when you have these numbers. The Holy Apostle, Lord, you've been out here. You've given directives, proposals to those groups out there, Muslims and Christians and alike, all religious groups alike. And there's been no response to counter this.
Yeah.
That now dispels their numbers. All they have are numbers. But people that are following the same thing, they're just duped along just because their parents was doing it, because the established orders is doing it. And I don't want to mess with my livelihood now. Everything is in order. I don't want to get caught up there and be persecuted by the powers that be. me that they think that a true
and then when it comes to them wanting to put up an affront against the Ahezaah, you know, by coming to put up an affront against me, they won't step forth. They talk back. They talk bad. They used to talk bad all the time. We so bad, we gonna send our boys out to get you, and we gonna nullify what you say, and we gonna take down what you write, and what have you. And I say, bring on the challenge, like Allah said in the Holy Quran. You write a chapter like this.
That's right.
I got a book over 2,000 pages that is like the Quran or greater. And I say greater because Allah said this here swallows up the Quran, the Injil, the Torah, and all of them. So I go by what Allah said. Now I say, you come and challenge that which is written. But I can't get no takers because, see, the devil ain't no fool.
No.
I mean, the devil, see, they fools.
Yeah.
The devil ain't fooled. The devil make fools. The devil is stupid, arrogant, and evil and but it ain't no fool.
Yeah.
Except a fool for his own self.
Yeah.
Huh?
Sure indeed.
So it don't let them come. It makes them shrivel up. Well, we really can't go up there. I'm not going to go public because I ain't got nothing for this guy. Yeah. All I can say is Muhammad is the last. Yeah. Muhammad is the last. And all we need is Jesus. Muhammad is the last.
Yeah.
And they ain't got nothing else. You know, you can't come into a fight with one punch.
Nah.
You got to have more. You got to have a greater repertoire than that.
A lot of guys try to come with that one.
Oh, yeah, and they got hit. They hit themselves, didn't they? Knocked themselves out, walked out delirious.
Who hit me?
He must have jumped me. Yeah, it was 3 of us in there on you. Allah, Gabriel, and me.
When people look back, though, it is funny that Holy Apostle said it because many of the loud talkers, the naysayers, why never how come never their leaders came out? That's one thing I used to always say. Why never the head of the imam, the masjid, the sheikh, or whatever? And Aida said he led us from just not here, but over to around the world.
Around the world, even in China.
And all they could say was the one that know, the devil that do know. He said the devil ain't a fool. Do you know Arabic?
Yeah.
I know this. Because they have it already. What? See nothing. Right. But the fools don't get the message. They don't get the email. Right. They don't get the email sent out to them. No. Don't go out there. They want to rally around.
Why you think Worth Deen Muhammad and Farrakhan haven't called my name as much as I've called their name? They haven't called my name once. Why you think they have snuck in and out of Newark? Why you think they don't put up a challenge and say, okay, let's go to the auditorium. Let's go down to Symphony Hall and sit down on the stage.
Yeah.
And prove who's with Allah. They ain't gonna do that.
And they have the power.
They got the power. They got the money. They got the followers. They could do that. They could come shut me down. They could come shut me down if I'm not true.
So I asked the question again: who's living the fantasy for real?
Yeah.
That's the real question.
Yeah. That's I know a lot of their followers are into the fantasy.
Oh yeah.
You got the leaders. They're more equipped to being like the devils because they know, like it's like a politician. A politician is not going to take say if he's going up against an upstart for an election or something like that. He ain't going to go and challenge somebody to a debate. If he don't know that he can win, he knows what he got, what he don't have.
Right.
But if you know he can defeat him, we'll do a debate anytime and beat him.
That's the whole thing, right?
But they don't know what you got. But they're supposed to be men of the Lord of all worlds. They're supposed to be the righteous. They're supposed to be in order. That's what they're proposing to all their people, to all their followers. That they're the ones to be followed. That they're the ones that's chosen. They're so certain. Then take care of their followers that's in the area of Newark. In the Newark area, from this the word that's going out that's affecting this.
And you know what I offer them? I offer them assistance.
You should have done.
They could take my work, and they could go study my work, and they could use that against me, if they want to, and see if they could defeat Allah's wisdom. But they ain't gonna take it. They know what I'm saying is true. That we've caused them to go and look into the history of religion. We've caused them to go back. We hear them changing their language and stuff a little bit to try to coincide and try to get on this level. But they can't do it. You know why they can't do it? 2 reasons. Allah is not allowing them to do it, and their devils are not allowing them to do it.
Right.
Allah for its curse on them, and their devil for its fear. See, their devil don't want them to get on this low because they have to tell the truth that I'm telling,
right,
in order to stay here.
Yeah.
That'd take them out of their element.
Yeah.
It'd take the power off of them and put the power on Allah. It'd take the sign off of them and put the sign on Allah.
Yeah.
And they can't do that. They got to keep it on themselves. They the Pied Piper, man.
Yeah.
They the real Pied Pipers.
Oh, yeah.
They leading the people into the places unknown to die a evil death. And the people are happy because they're going to have a Muslim business on every block before this man die, they think.
Yeah.
Huh? And they going to have money and friendship in all walks of life. And forget about Allah as long as they happy here. And see, we talk about, okay, you have all those things, and my Lord said, fret not what we give you, because, you know, you're going to be here for a little while, and then you're going to come to the reality.
Yeah.
Huh? Where you can't take your money, your cars, and your fame, and your fortune.
Yeah.
Your so-called power. You're going to be stripped down, and you know what's going to be greater than you? Your own limbs.
Yeah.
Your own particles of being. That's going to break up and bear witness against you, and you won't have the power to stop yourself from reading you. The book, yourself, the book of you, and bear witness against you at the throne. Now, how many of them believe that? Muhammad said it. Muhammad used the word limbs. Allah showed me that the limb goes as far as the particles of being. See, when we say limb, people think you talking about the arms and legs and the feet. No, the limbs. Each part that is a part of the whole. That's a limb.
Right.
Huh? Gonna bear witness. Gonna talk about how you, this mind of yours, took them through all these evils and would not surrender to Allah. Gonna bear witness against you. Huh?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. And then you're going to find out that your mind is not yours.
Who of you want to do things right? To keep up with keeping your lives tight. Tight as in being right with the truth of true insight. Who of you want to do things right? Who of you want to truly succeed?